Last time on Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
Imagine making the chart and just some random lady with a katana comes running out of the trees. Screw 313 Archer, meet the church's personal samurai.
Hey guys, Raiden here and welcome back to Fire Emblem 3 Houses. We finally hit that time skip point, and boy was everyone interested to see what happened. It was kind of cool seeing the people in the comment section who hadn't seen this already, because I think about 90 to 95% of you had to have seen it by now. For those of you who didn't just go out and buy the game, for those of you who didn't finish it, watch another LP, that's a very small margin, or even come across the info. So to a select few people, not including me, they were amazed by what they saw last episode. I was still pretty impressed. Like, if you couldn't tell, I was fangirling every time there was a new unveiling of a character I knew before and see what exactly they grew up to look like. Now, granted, they didn't look all that different, but I don't think they should. It's only been 5 years. People don't change too much in 5 years. I mean, emotionally, maybe, but like, physically, they just look a bit older, sometimes different. Other than that, there were a few things that people pointed out to me. One was that I kept talking about how our character, or Nox, I should say, kept wanting to see Lady Rhea a lot, even though Alright, I don't know where we were at in the cutscenes before, because I had to stop this early, so I'm sorry if we retread any cutscene info. It's been almost a week since I've played this game. Oh, no, we're right where we need to be.
Part 2, Verdant Wind, Guardian Moon, the Alliance leader's ambitions. Claiming the monastery at Garreg Mach as its home base, the Alliance army joins forces with the Knights of Seiros. Together, they begin to take up arms against the Adrestian Empire.
By the way, I have to say something. If something has happened in a different route that I haven't seen yet, don't talk about it. It's okay to say, like, oh, there'll be answers to your question in another route, or this route. It's like, that's fine, but just don't talk about stuff that's happened in other routes. Like, luckily I've been able to avoid it, but a few people in the last comment section were basically talking about backstory stuff that I couldn't have possibly known about, lest I played those routes, so please don't do that. Each unit has grown over the past 5 years. You should check their classes and weapons. I looked a little bit before, but I didn't...
Good work, Hilda. You didn't do much manual labor, but you managed to rope the knights into helping us restore the monastery.
Thanks, Claude. But all I did was piggyback on your scheme. I saw your eyes telling me to make some magic happen.
Thank you so much for your help with the restoration.
Oh, please, it was nothing. We're just doing our part as former students.
It kind of bothers me still, though, that Aloise and all the knights don't look any different. Like, Shamir and Catherine look the exact same.
I'm told you even routed the bandits. That job should have fallen to us. I'm sorry for the trouble.
Hey, don't think twice about it. We're all allies in the resistance against the Empire, right?
The Church is at war with the Empire, but let's be realistic. Wouldn't it be better for the Alliance to eventually submit?
The way I see it, the Emperor wants to take over all of Fódlan and destroy the existing order of the world. I can't see her allowing the Alliance to continue to exist. We're in this just as deeply as you are. Actually, we were hoping to use this place as a base. The Empire begs to be meddled with, and we're first in line.
By the way, you guys also said that in the section before before Edelgard started basically sieging Garreg Mach, there was a few lines of dialogue from Seteth in Flame that apparently a lot of people didn't get in their playthroughs, which is probably caused by the fact that they did any supports with them at all. I actually think did we even do the D support or C support with Seteth? I don't think so. So we got a bit of different dialogue, which is interesting because a lot of people hadn't heard that before.
What? Why would you want to make your base here of all places?
Aloise, I never really pointed it out, but you have such pretty eyelashes.
Garreg Mach is situated in the center of Fódlan, both geographically and spiritually. We want to secure this location while the Empire is still overlooking it.
I see. The Empire doesn't see this place as important at the moment because it's far from the front lines.
But if we simply decide that it's ours to occupy, that does nothing to inspire the hearts and minds of the people of Fódlan. Luckily, good old Teach has finally returned to us.
Oh no, what are you gonna do,
If
Claude?
the Professor Rhea entrusted with the Sword of the Creator fights at our side, well now, that's a just cause anyone could get behind. What's more, here we are, working alongside the legendary Knights of Seiros. It smacks of divine providence, doesn't it? Can you feel it?
I have heard what you have to say, Claude. And you, Professor? Where do you stand?
Where do I stand? I will find Rhea, I will fight the Empire. You probably want to hear me say I'll find Rhea, but I don't give a shit. Edelgard needs to go.
On our own, we lack sufficient military strength. But with the help of the Alliance, the Archbishop said if anything should happen to her, that we should entrust the affairs of the Church to you. If you intend to fight alongside the Alliance, then I will follow you as well. Is that acceptable, Claude?
Of course. I can't think of anything more reassuring than having both Teach and the Knights on our side. Together, we'll stop the Emperor and her reckless ambitions.
I was a little worried that because I hadn't supported Setheth that, you know, he wasn't going to join us. Not that I was really going to use him or anything, but I kind of like him, you know? I like Setheth and Flayn and be ashamed to see him leave, but I'd understand if they did. Then again, there's not really any place for them to go. They're not exactly going to join Edelgard because, you know, the enemy. They might march off to join Dimitri. I have no idea what's going on in Dimitri land, okay? Honestly, I have no clue. No one's even talked about it. You're curious to know how Claude is doing. Go for it. Yeah, sure. I mean, I haven't seen you in 5 years.
Oh, hey there. What are you doing up at this hour?
I could ask you the same question.
My brain's just busy. Thoughts keep going around and around in there, and meanwhile my eyes are wide open. At times like this, I like to gaze up at the stars to clear my head. I've been that way since I was a kid. Looking up at the big starry sky makes my dreams feel small, which makes it feel like I can actually make them come true.
You still haven't told me what they are.
I didn't believe in gods when I was a kid. Maybe that's because the night sky took their place for me. Hey, Teach, will you talk with me a while?
Sure.
I bet you figured this out, but I wasn't born in Fódlan.
Yep.
Where I come from, the people of Fódlan are looked down on as cowards.
Really?
Technically, that cowardice runs in my veins. On my mother's side, anyway. That's why the people who were around me when I was growing up thought of me as an outsider. But I don't believe the people of Fódlan are cowards. That kind of perspective is just based on ignorance. The person from Fódlan who I know best is my mother. She fell in love with a man from the wrong side of the border and had the guts to leave home to pursue that love. I always threw that in the faces of anyone who tried to make a fool of me. My mother is proof the people of Fódlan aren't all cowards. Just saying that doesn't achieve anything, though. I need to destroy the prejudices that have taken root in my homeland.
I can't tell where you're from, though, because there's only a few places I really know about. I know about this entire mainland, and I know about Brigid from Petra. I think that's what it's called.
That's why I came here, to see Fódlan with my own eyes. I thought I might be able to find a new perspective that could help me change things. And what did I find? That the people here view anyone who's an outsider as a beast of sorts. I was shocked. Even though our cultures and beliefs are completely different, our two lands have that much in common. That's when I realized the only way to change things is to bring the whole world together and start anew. That's the dream I've been working towards since I first entered the Officers' Academy 5 years ago. To unify the Alliance, and then all of Fódlan, and to bring a new set of values to this new land of mine. After that, I'd expand that vision to the rest of the world, break down the walls, and let a new perspective come rushing in. Start all over. Do you think that's just a crazy pipe dream, or a brilliant ambition?
Can you rise to the challenge of that ambition?
Not too long ago, I would have said it was too much for me to accomplish on my own. But that's not how I feel anymore. And that's because I have you on my side now. Lately, I've spent a lot of time thinking about how I wouldn't have made it this far without you. You and me, Teach. We can go anywhere. Do anything. I hope that you always walk in step with me. At least, until the day comes when we can look out at the peaceful world we've built. Together.
God damn it, Claude. I don't even want to do the other routes, because it's gonna mean I'm gonna have to fight Claude. I don't wanna now. Oh, don't tell me this is just gonna be weeks and weeks of A support. Annette? Now that I think about it, I haven't seen anyone outside of my class at all yet. I mean, she's in our class, but... Holy heck, Annette, you grew up. Wow, I really like what you did with your hair. Your portrait looks a little weird, though, I have to say. Like, it's probably just the perspective, but your face looks kind of lopsided in the portrait, to be honest. But holy heck, your model, like, damn. Nice tailor you went to, too.
Oh, hi, Professor.
Hello, Annette. You look down.
Do you remember what we talked about before? About doing my best to not do my best? Well, I've been pretty busy recently, and despite my best efforts, I've been trying way too hard. I was busy all day yesterday with training and work. I just couldn't help myself. That's why I decided to take a day off today. It's just, now that I have a day off, I don't know what to do with myself. Please, you have to help me. What should I do?
Have a nap. Nothing.
I can't relax if I'm doing nothing. I need something to keep me occupied or I'll go nuts. I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm cut out for not doing my best. Oh, you're a professor. You must know some secret technique for deep relaxation, right?
Yeah, it's called drinking tea. And, always being so disappointed in yourself that you don't even want to try. I mean, relaxing and believing in your awesome friends and students.
If you do, please teach me. I'm begging you. I'm at my wit's end.
Have a cup. Yes! That is my #1 advice to anyone in trouble. The first thing you need to do is sit down and have a cup of tea.
Got it. I'll try that right now. This candy is so sweet and delicious, and it goes so well with piping hot tea. Oh, and speaking of the tea, your brewing skills are incredible. I'd love to be able to make such nice tea, but... Oh, Professor, will you teach me how to brew tea like this? I'll do my best to learn, and then I'll make delicious tea for you as thanks.
Is this doing your best?
Oh, sorry. Back to my old tricks, it seems.
Yeah, I noticed she did the same thing to Lysithia when she was talking to Lysithia, and she's like, hey, could you teach me the thing? It's like, but, okay, I guess.
So, why is it so difficult to not do my best? I try and try to not try, but it just doesn't work.
Just be yourself.
Professor?
There's nothing wrong with doing your best all the time.
You're right. Doing nothing is just not my style. To be myself, I've got to do my best every day.
Exactly. That's the spirit.
Okay. Then you really must teach me how to make such delicious tea. You will, won't you? Please. Oh, and also, well, thank you. You've listened to me and helped me face my troubles. Now I feel like I can talk to you about anything. Honestly, I wish we could go on drinking tea like this forever.
Damn. How am I liking all of these A supports? I've only done 2 of them, granted. It's Ingrid's birthday. I haven't even seen Ingrid. Tea party, of course. I can't see your face behind this menu, Ingrid.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh. You're very, Minty is what I'd call your color scheme. I also like your hair. I like everyone's hair. You know, some people had some blunder hair back in the day, but a lot of people have fixed it up. Not that Ingrid's hair looked bad before.
Thank you.
Did Ingrid always have that eye color? I think she did, but now her clothes just match, so I notice it more. Yeah, I guess she did.
Delicious.
Yes.
Plans for the future.
Yes, I agree.
A new gambit, a dinner invitation, gardening mishaps. A new gambit. Dreamy nights, reliable allies. Reliable allies.
When did you start sword training? I was 5 when I began.
Chat. Perfect tea time. Easy. Once you know your students, it's not that hard. But I'm gonna end it here. I don't think anything new is gonna come from observing people.
Professor, strength and stamina are necessary for fighting on horseback, as is footwork.
Good to know.
What? What? Is there something on my face?
She almost has that kind of Pikachu meme face right down there in the corner. As I say this, people are already opening up Photoshop to create Ingrid Pikachu memes. Anyways.
Thank you for the treat. I had such a great time.
Me too. Damn, it's so awesome seeing all you guys grown up. Oh, there's a new theme. Of course I'm going to explore. Heck yeah. Oh my god, there's gonna be so much to do. Oh my god, there's so... Oh, I just realized, I don't think everyone has lines of dialogue like they normally do. Okay. Well, we'll take a look at everyone in a second.
Professor.
Laurence, were you waiting outside of my door for me? Like, I just leave and you're like, Professor, I've been waiting out here for you. Sure?
Well met, Professor. I trust that you have not had any complaints about me lately.
It's been 5 years. I have been in a river. Thankfully, no.
Good. For any trouble I may have caused, please accept my most humble apology. I've decided that it would be inappropriate for me to continue my search for a spouse while we are at war. I expect that means you will not be receiving any more complaints. I hope that puts you more at ease. Actually, the introspection I've gained setting aside my search has motivated me to amend my conduct.
Embarrassed about your past behavior?
Not the phrasing I'd choose, but you're not wrong. Selfishly pursuing my own desires caused me to behave inconsiderately. For instance, it was arrogant and rude to invite ladies to dine with me purely to evaluate them. Our experiences in battle have also given me cause to doubt certain preconceptions I once held. Previously, I had considered it a requirement for my future spouse to come from a noble line. I once thought that commoners lacked the power to influence the wider world, as history might suggest. To find a commoner who made a real impact, one has to look all the way back to Nemesis. That was my belief at any rate, but I realized that I've actually had an influential commoner right in front of me all along.
Who?
Don't you see? I'm referring to you.
Oh.
You may wield the power of a crest, but you are so much more than just that. You have managed to charm everyone around you, to compel them to trust and follow you. Though you may not realize it, that is no mean feat. It is altering the course of history in Fódlan.
What's with your angry face? I don't know how I feel about it.
Your example puts my prior beliefs to shame.
You weren't... There's nothing to be ashamed of. Everyone has to learn somehow.
I appreciate the kind words.
I mean, I always hate it when people did something like years and years ago, and it really wasn't that bad, and then people just won't forgive them. I don't know. Happened to a friend of mine recently. I guess it's kind of ringing true here, you know?
I have always sought to embody the ideal of nobility. That, at least, is a goal I continue to stand by.
Good for you, Skrillex.
But now I know that bloodline alone is not sufficient to gauge a person's worth. I've learned much of this from you. You are humble and open-minded, despite your power and skill. That is why I, at least, find you so charismatic. Perhaps that is the wrong way to say it. What I mean is that you set an admirable example. I can only hope someday to be your equal. Of course, you had better keep an eye on me, because I can achieve anything I set out to do.
You've changed, but at the same time, you are the most Laurence you've ever been.
For I am none other than the handsome and talented Laurence Hellman Gloucester.
Okay, buddy. I missed you too. I want to see everyone, but at the same time, it's like, you know? I have so many support. I'm gonna save Bernie for later. You know? Let's go to the training grounds. Who's hanging out here? Let's talk to everyone. Oh, it's Leonie.
It's not just for my village that I'm fighting alongside you here, you know. It's also that Captain Gerald asked me, his first and greatest apprentice, to look out for you. Of course, it wouldn't be enough just to keep you alive. It's my duty to make sure you win, too. So do your best, Professor. And count on me to watch your back.
Advanced drills? Oh! You can now teach me! That is awesome, although I really don't see a point now. But that's cool. And everyone, Felix!
A country with no king has no future.
Wow. Yeah, your hair's, different. You totally don't look like Wraith from Apex.
That's why I made my way here. Professor, don't let me down.
Let's forge ahead.
Yes, let's. Find me a worthy opponent to battle, and I'll be content.
I was kind of worried I'd have to, like, go and collect all these guys on, like, paralogs or something, but nope. They're ready and waiting for me. Petra! Whoa, that is some cultural guard you got going on there. Look at that.
Edelgard is controlling the Empire. She is putting the pressure on the Kingdom in alliance. Empire and religion are at open war. It will be difficult for us at first, but corrupt nobles are many. That means the common people will rebel and be joining our side. With you, Professor, the battle tides will turn. I have certainty.
It's actually kind of cool to see. Her speech has gotten quite a bit better, too. We have another support up ahead and someone right in front of it. Who are you? Oh, Sylvain. Sorry I kind of blamed you for being the Death Knight. By the way, people were like, Xeno, why do you hate Sylvain so much? Listen here. Like, literally at the beginning of the episode, I'm like, you know what, I like Sylvain more now. But I honestly thought he was a Death Knight for two reasons. A, I thought it because, hey... I just hit something on my table. I thought he was the Death Knight for two reasons. Reason A, he wasn't actually in my class, so I couldn't see if he was actually there or not during the Death Knight's appearances. Like, I hadn't recruited him, so I didn't know if it was a possibility. And B, when they started talking about their hatred of crests, he's the first one that came to mind. So it's not like I just did it out of, oh, I hate Sylvain, is why I suspected him. It was just more of like, you know, the agenda of that entire army fit Sylvain's #1 thing that he never shuts up about, which is how much he hates having a crest.
I'm the heir of House Gautier, and I'm fighting alongside a bunch of Alliance people?
Whoa. You look kind of like that one guy from, what is it? TMS Sharp FE? That one guy that rides the motorcycle. Sorry if I just ruined Sylvain for like 5 people.
I can just imagine my father's face contorted in anger, and the delightful words he must have used to describe me. I don't know how staying and fighting for Faerghus would have helped. Sorry, Professor. I don't regret my decisions. I'm just thinking out loud, and I'm hoping I haven't made a big mistake.
Don't worry, you haven't. I promise. Now, whose support is this? Bernie's A support! Let's go!
I can't believe how long it's been since I left home. Since I was dragged out of the house, I mean.
Whoa, look at her. She's changed quite a bit. Like, she has kind of straight cut hair and some earrings and... Huh. I didn't expect her to look like this, honestly. I expected her to get, like, super long hair, but... You know what? This is fine. It looks good on you. By the way, I'm sorry if I'm having trouble speaking right now. It's very early in the morning, and I haven't recorded anything in a good while.
5 whole years. It's weird to think about.
Weird in what way?
At first, I remember I was desperate to go back, but now it's the opposite. I have friends here, and I have you. The monastery's become a second home to me. Back then, I never would have dreamed a day like this would come.
I'm happy for you.
It's all thanks to you. You've given me a second chance at life. If not for you, I never would have gotten used to leaving my room, let alone the monastery. Maybe the battlefields just dulled my senses.
Listen to how she talks. She's almost completely different. Like, she's not so skittish anymore.
I'm much better with strangers and new places now, though. I don't panic nearly as much as before.
Could you go somewhere new by yourself?
A new place? All on my own? That sounds like a tough assignment. Where did this come from all of a sudden? Hey, hold on.
That face Nox is making, he's like, yeah, I'm just messing with you.
You're teasing me, aren't you?
Of course.
Please don't joke around like that anymore. It's torture for me.
I can't commit to that.
Come on, Professor. I'm begging you. Please promise me you won't do that again. Friends respect each other's feelings, don't they?
Okay, I promise.
Good. I'll hold you to that. You're absolutely not allowed to send me out anywhere on my own. Got it? You would need to come with me. If you're with me, I can go anywhere in the world.
Oh, that's a, that is not a statement I expected to hear from the support. That is really not a statement I expected to hear. Thanks. I'll follow at a distance. We can ask another professor. I'll be with you in spirit.
No, that defeats the purpose. Why can't you get what I'm saying?
What?
I thought we were finally getting close. Guess I'm not good enough for that, though, am I? I'll let you have this one, but you better be ready for next time.
Nox, can't you see? But it's funny, the banner art contest, for those of you guys who know about it or don't know about it, the amount of you guys who drew Bernie in the thing, like, am I that obvious? Is it that obvious? Hi, Flane, who looks oddly the same exact age. This is worrying me. Do you have a little girl in your head, too? It's like, Professor, what are you talking? It's like, don't worry, I'll get you out of there, other Sothis.
Professor, I am so glad you are unharmed. No matter the path you walk, I will be with you every step of the way. Anything you ask of me, I shall see it through. You saved my life, and I am in your debt.
I know you have, like, holy blood, but that... I don't know. It doesn't really explain everything.
Hey there, my friend. It's funny how the monastery was once in ruins, but now it's downright bustling. Thanks to a little promise 5 years ago, our buddies have all gathered, and even the knights have returned. It's like we were all just waiting for you to awaken. And now, we're all going to band together against the Imperial Army. You should go and talk to everyone if you can. There may be some who are still on the fence.
Of course. Hello, random knight of Seiros.
During his search for her grace, the Archbishop, Seteth has visited churches all across the land. It served to demonstrate to the devout across Fódlan that the Church of Seiros is still going strong. As a result, the faithful are not currently in a state of chaos.
That's awesome. I'm glad that, the lands haven't fallen into complete chaos. Oh, a quest.
Hey, I could use a hand.
Pirates in the North. Soldiers obtained information about pirates. Head there to kill the pirates. Yeah, sure. You look interesting.
I need a favor.
Dealing with deserters. Soldiers obtain information about the deserters. They're skilled soldiers. Got it. I'll murder them. Hey, Raphael.
Fighting alongside you and everyone else is a dream come true, Professor.
Honestly, it's probably just the portrait. It doesn't look that bad on his model, but this is another one of those instances where the... I really don't like his redesign. I really don't like it.
And don't worry about my little sis. Right now, she's back home helping out with the family business.
What is your family business?
I kind of figured I was going to be stuck going back and taking over for her. But thanks to you and Claude, I get to work on my dream of becoming a proper knight.
On your dream? Aren't you a knight already? I mean, if you ask me, you are, but I guess you're not technically a knight of Seiros, which is the only real knight order we have around here. Hey, Annette.
Members of the Knights tell me that Father left their ranks 5 years ago. They say he announced he was returning to the kingdom, but nobody's heard from him since. I haven't received word that he went back home to Mother. Where could he be? Where are you, Father?
I wonder too. Caspar?
Hey, Professor! You won't believe what happened.
Wow, you look like a, I don't know, I like your hair a lot better. I like how you look, Caspar.
I figured I couldn't go back to the Empire after Garreg Mach fell, so I started drifting across the Kingdom and Alliance.
Did he also get taller? Yeah, he got a lot taller.
Then, I just happened to run into our old class, so we came back to the monastery together.
I'm kinda disappointed that no one has a beard, though. Like, I haven't seen a single beard yet. There's a support outside.
Professor.
Hello, Ingrid.
Apologies for bothering you so late. I just really wanted to speak with you.
Okay. I'm happy to listen.
Thank you. You see, I've been feeling conflicted about my future. It may seem petty to worry about such things in the middle of a war like this.
Let's hear it anyway.
This isn't something I open up about with many people. Feeling such a sense of inner turmoil while a war rages on, and others are fighting with all they have, well, it feels a little selfish.
It's kind of overwhelming the amount of, like, feeling dumps we're getting here. Like, I come back after 5 years and everyone's like, Professor, I gotta tell you my whole life story right now. I know you've only been here for like 2 days.
The truth is, I've wanted to be a knight ever since I was a small child. Not just any knight, like one you might find serving within the castle guard, but a true knight, one serving a master. However, my father has always had different plans for me. He wants me to marry for the benefit of the Galatea family.
You don't have to do what you don't want to.
Defying my father feels wrong. I've seen how he's struggled over the years. His burden has always been far greater than any I've had to bear myself. While he fed me extravagant meals, he subsisted on meager portions and watered-down soups. He never once complained, even though he must have been starving. Knowing his sacrifices, I've never been able to tell him of my dream of becoming a knight. Although ultimately, I find myself betraying his wishes. Now that I've parted ways with my father, there is nothing to stop me from pursuing my dream.
Parted ways.
But even if I do become a knight, I feel an unease deep within me. I fear I will never escape this guilt I carry, that I have shunned my duty as a noble.
Sometimes there's no avoiding such complications. It's no use worrying about things that are in the past. Could you not find a way to do both? I mean, that's kind of what the Laurence Ignatz support was. It was literally, I don't know what I should do. I could be a painter, but that will never happen, and my father wants me to become a knight. And then Laurence is just like, I, Laurence Helmut Gloucester, have a fantastic idea. What if you're just a painting knight? And he's like, oh my god. Sometimes there's no avoiding such complications.
Yes, I know. All I can do is accept this inner turmoil. Even with the academy days long behind us, you're still a professor through and through, always listening to others' troubles and offering up your wisdom. I really am grateful for all that you do for us, Professor. I hope you'll always be here as a guide to everyone. I know I myself would appreciate that deeply.
I'm glad everyone's doing so much better. Like, every problem people had brought up to me in the past, they seem to have figured it out for themselves over the years. And even if they haven't, they're still working at it. White trout. Larva. What do you want, sir?
Do you have time for a request?
Fishing for the big one. Catch the big one, the mysterious fish of legend that is said to have appeared in the fishing pond. How do I get it? What do I have to do? How do I get it? Tell me. Fódlan. Challenging to ensnare, this ancient fish has swum in the waters of Fódlan for countless generations.
You've done me a great service.
Oh, hey, got it. Thanks. That was easy. That was the fastest quest ever.
Hi there.
Hey, Hilda.
I'm pretty headstrong, but Claude could give me a run for my money. I mean, he's dragged the knights into this. You ought to be careful, Professor.
You too.
Don't worry about me. I'm here because I want to be. Also, because being around my big brother feels like a real chore.
I gotcha. What's your quest? 2. Supply run.
Excuse me. Could
Gather
you
the
do me a
requested
favor?
resources and delivered them. An aramid goby and weeds. Can't you just go outside yourself and pull some weeds? Find some flowers and give them to Hilda as a gift? Really? Really? I don't know. Hilda, do you have like a favorite or something?
I'm pretty headstrong.
No, I'm not delivering you anything.
Thanks so much.
Oh, it's
You're a
already
sweetheart.
okay. Got it. Easy quest, all done.
I'm pretty neat.
Who's this over here? Oh, it's Dorothea. She's just singing to herself.
Professor! Oh my, it's so good to see you. These days, so many old friends seem to be disappearing. But you're here. It's incredible to see you again after 5 years.
Unless you mean by old friends, you mean Ferdinand, then not that many people have left you, trust me.
I have a feeling your name will go down in history.
Professor, quite given up on ever seeing you again. Where have you been hiding?
A river.
Anyway, now that we're reunited in the land of the living, I must fulfill my promise.
Right, the promise.
That's right. I promised the captain I'd protect you in his stead, and now I'll make good on my word.
Thanks, Eloise, but it's, I don't think I really need it anymore.
Professor?
Hey, it's Gatekeeper. Such a thrill. Oh.
Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. You know, it's such a thrill to be able to greet you like this again.
And you haven't even changed at all.
I almost died as well in the battle 5 years ago. But I won't allow any enemies to get into this place again. I promise you that.
I kind of expected him to be like super buff. Have a beard.
Even if the Death Knight shows up, I'll be sure to... Well, for now I'll keep training, so I can eventually feel confident that I can stop him.
Another quest? A piece of history. Search for a remnant that the merchant would be proud to add to their collection. Well, I'll find it. Don't you worry. Probably.
Hello there.
Hey, Laurence, what do you want?
I have written to my father to signal my intention to remain here. Not that I require his approval to do so. There is not much for me to gain by returning to Alliance territory now. But by staying, I will be able to influence the course of events directly on the field of battle.
Will you get along with the Alliance leader?
We will not be friends, but I will cooperate with him as much as is necessary to secure victory.
Okay. Hey, Ingrid.
Professor, I have a proposal.
Uh-huh.
Why not go beyond the Knights of Seiros? Instead, uniting with allies from all across Fódlan to fight for our cause.
I mean, that sounds great, but, where?
Looking back, it would have been best to ally with the Kingdom and join forces against the Empire. But now the Kingdom is not exactly, well...
Is it that bad? How come no one's willing to tell me what's going on with Dimitri? Ignitz!
How incredible. What a striking color.
Why are you painting the ground?
Professor, look at this stone. Such a brilliant blue. You don't normally find stones like this around here.
He literally is the painted knight. He has a giant sword at his side.
I ought to grind it down. I wonder if it would still be the same color.
Why would you grind it down?
To make pigment for my art. Good supplies don't come cheap. I prefer to make my own. Blue is especially expensive. How fortunate that I chanced upon this remarkable blueness. Oh, I'm sorry. There I go again, blathering on and on about painting.
No, I love hearing you talk about painting. Well, it's just a hobby, right?
Oh, yes. But I know that I can get rather caught up in it and, enthusiastic. You know, Professor, no matter how impassioned I become about my art, you never hold it against me. One could argue that I'm better off preparing for our next battle. I am becoming a knight.
Wouldn't you rather become an artist?
Oh, Professor. Please don't say things like that. I gave up on my artistic dreams long ago. To support my family, I will be a knight. That's that.
Will you regret that choice?
No. I know it's the right thing to do. I'll continue with my art as a hobby. I don't think I could ever give it up. When I see something beautiful, I can't suppress the urge to paint it. I don't have a choice. And if my art can bring happiness to even one person, that's good enough for me.
God, Ignitz hits way too close to me. Like, it's so sad to hear a bunch of people saying they dislike Ignitz or they find him completely boring, because I find him the most relatable I've found a Fire Emblem character in a very long time. For me, on a personal level, obviously not for everyone. As long as you're sure.
Professor, I have a favor to ask. I'm painting a portrait right now. When it's finished, I'd like to give the piece to you. Would you take it?
Of course.
Perhaps it can bring you a little happiness. That will have made the effort well worth it. Oh, excellent! Is that a promise? Because I'm really going to put my heart in it. That is, I'm going to enjoy partaking in this casual hobby of mine.
Oh. I hope he never gives up. Shamir.
I'm more of a mercenary than a knight these days. I work to get paid. I never was too attached to Fódlan. I was considering leaving soon, but I might change my mind if you're around.
Aw, thanks, buddy. Catherine?
In Lady Rhea's absence, I will follow you. That's what she would want me to do. Know that wherever you might lead us, I'll continue searching for Lady Rhea.
That's fine.
Good, because I will not budge on that point. Welcome back, Professor.
I mean, I'm not going to stop anyone from looking. I have a lot of questions myself.
During the Millennium Festival, the leaders of all territories were supposed to gather together and pledge perpetual peace.
And why didn't they?
But now that hope has been dashed, thanks to the Emperor's actions.
Oh, yeah. I thought she was talking about a long time ago, but she's talking about right now.
The kingdom is also vastly different than before. I guess we'll never return to the world as it was 5 years ago.
I don't think I'd want to.
Okay, I'm thinking...
In the Alliance, the lords have been at odds, so peace and prosperity have declined there as well. In particular, bandits have been appearing in large numbers near the Great Bridge of Myrden. Rumor has it that the domain's lord, someone by the name of Acheron is a completely ineffectual leader.
A dog in front of... Hey there, boy. Gerald Eisner, resting in the warm embrace of cherished memories. Well, nothing's changed there. I don't know why this dog is barking at his grave, though. What do you want, dog? I was thinking there might be a secret there, but I don't think so. Hey there.
It seems that in the last 5 years, the monks here have left this place for the town below. However, once they learn of our return, perhaps they'll come back. I hope the monastery can return to normal someday.
Define normal. Mercedes! Yeah, that's who I was thinking about earlier.
You're here, Professor, along with everyone from our old class. It's like we've gone back in time. When I think that I'll be around you again, all of my sorrows just drift away.
Frankly, I don't feel too happy. Let's do our best together.
Yes. I'll at least try not to hold anyone back. Let's work together for the common good, like we did 5 years ago.
Your voice gives me PTSD, but Mercedes, you're a nice person. Oh, it's Marianne.
Even with the church in shambles, we can still pray.
Yeah, whatever you say.
The goddess will surely hear our prayers. But still, I hope the church can return to its former beauty someday.
I think there might be like a connection issue, honestly. We really need to fix some things. Hey, creepy guy. Glad you never changed. I don't have any more points to give you right now. Can I go inside this tower now? No, I can't. Damn. I thought I might be able to because, you know, we own the place, but apparently not.
Professor.
Hey there, Sedeth.
5 long years I've searched for you and the Archbishop. It is a pleasure to see you again. The Church of Seiros will follow you from now on, but please do not abandon the search for Lady Rhea.
I won't. We'll do whatever it takes to find her.
Thank you. I know the battles ahead will be dire, but we will support you with all our strength.
Hey there, Manuela.
My Professor, you haven't changed a bit.
Neither have you.
At your age, I'd expect your whole demeanor to have changed greatly over 5 years. Though, I suppose I haven't changed either, right? Thank you for noticing, by the way. Ah, just the two of us, forever young. Oh, let me have my fun.
Yeah, forever young, whatever you say. Hey, Hanneman.
Thankfully, it appears the records and equipment I need for my research have not been damaged. I am most curious, though. You say you were asleep for 5 whole years. Incredible. Perhaps this is another effect of your crest. I do look forward to investigating you in greater detail.
I think we're done looking at my crest now, okay? We can talk about that.
Wonderful news. I am most excited to begin. We must find the time, of course.
Yeah, the time is not now. Hey there, Cyril.
Let's see, I don't know anything about rebuilding, but I can sure do my best to clean up the mess. I'm gonna keep Lady Rhea's room spotless, so she can use it right away whenever she gets back. You gotta find her, Professor. You just gotta.
I wonder if anyone else knows about the whole she turned into a dragon and flew away thing. No one's really talked about it, but, you know, no reason to bring it up if... By the way, what's in this room? I haven't been allowed in here. Oh. The Cardinal's room. Oh, I see. If we're gonna have, like, big war meetings, it's gonna be here, isn't it? So this is a room we couldn't go into before. There's an owl feather in here, of course. And in the library, we find Lysithea.
I've grown weary and impatient. These past 5 years, my hands have been bound. But now, I can finally take action with a clear goal. I'm grateful to you and to everyone.
And that goal is?
Down with the Empire. Surely peace will soon follow if the Empire is overthrown. Then my parents can finally find peace themselves.
There's a bit more to it than that. I need to figure out why people did any of the things they did in the first place, because, well, from our perspective, everyone just went crazy all of a sudden.
The promise was made 5 years ago.
but I must say I'm rather impressed by how many of us managed to make it.
I suppose it's the first time I've seen Linhardt. He looks good. I like your new look, buddy.
Personally, I only showed up because I hope to see you again, Professor. I've been with my family in the Empire until recently. I admit to feeling a little guilty betraying Her Majesty, but only a little. Now that we're all together again, I suppose the fighting will begin soon.
Glad to have you. Alright, I think we talked with everyone. Now we just go back to doing what I normally... But when I normally explore, I'm just... cool. Okay, oh... I actually have another support over here. It's kind of overwhelming. Marianne, that's right.
Dear Goddess, I ask for guidance. Professor, you're always watching over me, aren't you?
Of course.
I've spent my entire life avoiding people. Speaking to others was so difficult for me, so I made a point to always be alone. Animals and the goddess were the only ones I could really open up to. Do you remember the time you asked what it was I prayed for?
Thanks and protection?
Yes, but that wasn't the case. Back then, I felt that my life served no purpose, and that I was nothing more than a burden. In truth, I was begging the goddess to take me to her. That was my daily prayer. But now I fear the idea of dying and being left alone. I have friends who accept me for who I am now, in spite of my crest. And I have you watching over me. I finally learned to accept the kindness and warmth of others. It's because of you, Professor. Because of you, I've decided to live. I'm sorry to have worried you, but I'm all right now. Even if I'm separated from you or any of my friends, the memories I've made here will give me the strength to continue on.
You should look to the future instead of the past. From now on, we'll look to the future together.
Oh, I'm sure I'll have the strength to move forward if we're together.
Heck yeah, everyone's A support is so sweet. Oh my goodness, so many of them have A supports with each other that we have to go through. Alright, let's just look at our roster real quick and see what happened with everyone's stats and how old they are. Claude is now 23. We saw his stats before. Laurence is now 24. So I don't know if it just... how much it raised all their stats. I don't know if they're good or not. Like, Laurence still seems pretty below average in general. Raphael's 23. Ignatz is 22. Lysithia's 20. Marianne's 23. Hilda's 23. Leonie's 25. Linhardt's 22. Caspar's 22. Bernie's 23. How did her stats change? Because she wasn't in the last mission. They look like her stats is normal. Man, just look at everyone, you know? They all grew up. Mercedes is 28? Wow. Have some flowers.
You're sweet, thanks.
Honestly, once again, I don't really do the whole shipping thing, because, like, it's kind of dumb most of the time. But at least for 3 houses, one of my big OTPs is Claude and Hilda. Like, I feel like they really understand each other, you know?
I'm pretty heads.
This quest just keeps saying, find Hilda and give her some flowers. I'm gonna try these 5-star ones.
You're sweet, thanks. Thanks so much.
Oh, that did work.
You're a sweetheart.
Cool, we got another magic corpse. And now the rest of the quests we have to do while we're out. Now I don't know what to do with my time. Damn. Because it's not like I actually have to eat with anyone. Everyone's so motivated right now. Oh, Bernie. I thought it being a noble meant having some sway in life. I thought if I told people I wanted to stay locked up in my room, they'd leave me be. One day everyone will listen to you, and leave you alone. It's just bad luck that you're born in a time of war. Responsibility is the price you pay for freedom. One day. Day's not today. Of course, that's what she'd like to hear. Are we still having tournaments? What is even the point in these? Advanced Sword Tournament. Do we even get anything? You get a Silver Sword Plus for this. Well, Felix, would you like to go? Oh yeah, this isn't even a contest. This is a slaughter.
You haven't earned my pity.
He dueled the entire time we were gone.
One to remember.
Oh my goodness, he's one-shotting everyone in the tournament.
It was
without
meant to be.
fail, every single one.
I'll cut you down! You fought well. It was meant to be.
I didn't even have to heal him for that, he just kind of did it. By the way, there actually is a person I haven't seen yet. Where is Ash? Did I miss him? I haven't seen him anywhere. I must have walked around him or something, right? Where is he? He's not here. He didn't return like everyone else. Wait, 3rd floor? I've never been to the 3rd floor before. Is this new? This is new. Oh, this was Rhea's room. It's actually pretty simplistic for Rhea. She seems to be a pretty extravagant person, so it's kind of surprising. But what's over here? Whoa! The Star Terrace. This place is so pretty. And there's some sort of, like, obelisk over there. And it has a symbol on it. I can't quite make out what the symbol is from here. Looks kind of like a, astrology tool. Can't quite see it. I wonder what happened to Ash, then. Did he go back to Dimitri? Alright, well that's it for today's free time. Oh, we're gonna have our first class in forever. Oh, I see. We sit here at a giant... That's so cool. I love this. Oh, I have to reevaluate everyone now. I mean, everyone's basically where they were before and still doing the same thing. So it's not like it's changed that much, but still. It's kind of amazing.
Hey, Professor. I got a question.
Whenever I visit home, my brother yammers on and on about all the things I'm doing wrong. It's so exhausting. I wish he'd just back off and let me live my life. What do you think I should do? Listen to what he has to say. He needs a girlfriend. Set him up with someone.
I see. Okay. Professor.
Oh, hey there. My passion has always been for sorcery. With that passion and some more time studying reason, I can be a powerful magic user. Focus on reason to excel as a warlock? Yeah, sure.
I'm glad it's you.
I welcome your assistance.
That wasn't so...
I am getting to the heart of it.
I'm just not there yet.
I understand more every day.
St. Seiros Day is today. There will be a hymn recital in the cathedral. Yeah, I'll participate. Why wouldn't I?
Singing's okay, but I should...
Everyone should sing louder. It feels...
Yup. Learn the magic recover. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. It was kind of crazy seeing everyone just hanging around. I don't know where Ash is. I don't know what's up with Dimitri, and Edelgard needs to go down. If you liked this video, please leave a like. I'd appreciate it. And leave a comment in the comments down below. Tell me who was your favorite design post time skip so far. Tell me in the thing. Yeah, let's... Bye. Jesus, I haven't recorded a video in like a week and it's really starting to get to my tongue. Raiden out.